I'm doing daily videos in December, just as a heads up to anyone that actually subscribes to this channel and cares about what I say. In December, be prepared for a video coming out every day. I'm going to talk about what type of videos those are, but before I do, I want to share my experience in doing daily videos. I've been watching a few different videos here and there over the last week about preparing for Vlogmas, for a daily video in December, and their tips and advice for doing that. And I've been on, well, this channel is not new, but me putting out videos is newer, and me trying to figure out in this landscape of where I'm going, what it is that I want to say and what I want to share on. I have been making videos on YouTube for 11 years. And back at the beginning, it started on doing it from a business marketing and support perspective, where I was sharing tutorials and more of like sales type videos. Then it went into long form live stream interviews. Before you could even stream on YouTube and Facebook, we were streaming on our own website. We created a live stream production company around it. And then I went into more freelance work, where I was doing more editing for people, and then also creating vlogs of my own on my family channel. And I have that linked onto this personal Jennifer Donoghs channel. That family channel, we did a daily-ish video for 4 months, from July 19th, 2015 through November 19th, 2015. So I want to share what it is that I learned specifically through that experience, and now having the perspective of it being 5 years later and what I'm still seeing on that channel. Because if you have a channel, especially if you have a channel that's monetized, I don't see why you wouldn't do Vlogmas, as long as you're doing something that is contributing to the community and you're not just creating junk. I don't know what it's called, what it stands for, but the CPM for my vlog channel, I just looked. And then over the last year, even 5 years later, and really not putting out a ton of content on that channel, my CPM for that channel is still at its all-time high in December. So why wouldn't you not take advantage of the higher advertising rates in creating content? Just from a business perspective. So when I'm creating Vlogmas, what I did was, first of all, I created this really cute little board. I'll pull it up on my Trello. So I've been using Trello.com for a long time too. And with all of my video production experience, I've always used Trello to plan out the projects. So I created 3 cards. I created an ideas card, a getting ready checklist, a channels to contact card, and then a daily checklist. The daily checklist are things like that just give me some direction. Every day I need to create a title, a thumbnail, and all that stuff. And you see that on a lot of these advice vlogs, where it gives you kind of a process to go through. And I really do like having that checklist. I even made myself like a cute printout type checklist where I could have it physically there when I was trying to focus on YouTube over the last few months, and that was beneficial. But I mean, it's really not necessary. You know what you need to get done. It just kind of makes you feel a little bit better. I also, because my definite major purpose in the month of December is to put out a video every day, I created a tracker in my Passion Planner, and I have a video of that as well, a link below in the description. And that's basically following my watch hours and my subscriptions, because I think one of the biggest things with this ideas worksheet, kind of like what I created in this card, is I needed to figure out why it was that I was doing a daily vlog. That's important to figure out why. And I watched the previous video of announcing I'm going to do a daily vlog on my family channel, and my reasoning back then was that I had 2 small children and my husband was working out of the home, and I had just given up on my business pursuits, and I was really lonely. So talking to a camera kind of filled that void, and communicating back and forth in the comments and like watching other people's videos. Like I don't know, YouTube was a big part of my life back then, and I made a lot of friends through it. It was awesome. So that was my reasoning before in doing that. And then Shane got involved, and it was so fun making videos with him. Like, we had late nights, putting things together, adding music, and it was just kind of fun to see what each other came up with. My reasoning now is that I wanted to do something hard every day. I read the 5 a.m. Club, and it just reminded me about, and it explained that doing something hard is very beneficial for you. When I did 70-48 last year, which is a paddleboard race where you paddle for 70 miles and you have to complete it within 48 hours, that was really hard. And I learned a lot through that experience. And And since then, I've actually created small little challenges for myself, such as walking 20,000 steps a day for a month, little things like that, the artist's way. And every time I do a challenge like that, I learn something. And it is hard and it can be frustrating, but it's kind of fun to just monitor yourself through it. So that's my main motivation, is to just do something hard and to go pro. Another book that I read was, I think it's called The War on Art, or The War of Art. I've read it 2 times now. I read it once when I was doing 70-48, and then once when I was reading The Artist's Way, because I was like, this sounds like him. Stephen Pressfield is the author, I think. And he talks a lot about showing up every day to do the work. And I love that idea. I don't know if creating a vlog is my all-time work that I want to do in the future, but it's something to at least like get that momentum going, which is one of the number one things that I really gained from doing that daily video 5 years ago, was that momentum is key. We went away for our anniversary November 19th, and that's when we stopped doing the daily videos. It's like we had some kind of weird thing pop off on our mind that it kind of cut it off. And so from then on, we didn't really do daily videos. We did videos whenever we felt like it. But it's kind of weird to look back on that and think, wow, the swing stopped and then we got off. I'm sure our motivations for the vlog too changed. But it's just, that's interesting. So let's go over these cards that I created for myself in Trello a little bit further. So I talked about the motivation and why it is that you want to do Vlogmas, or why I want to do Vlogmas. I also, at the top of the ideas card, I talked about what problems do I have. And those were things that I'm trying to solve. So videos that I search for already on YouTube, or that I'm actively learning about. So I made some, just like to give you an idea of what my list is. The top one is a 5 a.m. wake up time. So I didn't find out about the 5 a.m. club and be like, oh, I should wake up at 5 a.m. I was actively searching for answers on how to be better about getting up early. Part of my 70-48 paddle was being awake. I didn't sleep for 24 hours. I think it was 25 hours that I was, it's longer than that, but it took me 25 hours to complete the race. And around 5 a.m. or so, it was a magic hour that. And ever since then, I've been trying to get more of that time. And Shane's so good at getting up early. He goes out on his paddles. But I just have a very, very long history of staying awake really late, whether it was working on video projects or with the kids. And so this has been a difficult thing, where I wake up at 5 a.m. sometimes, a couple times a week, and then we'll sleep in for the rest of the week. So I'm going to be consistent about that. That's a problem I have. During Vlogmas, what I decided is that I wanted to focus on that problem, and I talked about in my last video, wrapping up this project in a nice bow. That's going to be my focus. So along with that, I have lack of consistency in walking every day, lack of consistency in practicing bar, homeschool frustration, storage frustration. So I made a list, and basically I think I'll explore a lot of these problems that I have within the next 30 days, but I did like kind of focusing on one problem that I personally have that I'm already actively trying to solve it, so why not share what those solutions are with other people? The next thing I talked about is who I'm creating for. I think that's also really important, to have an idea of who it is that I want to actually make videos for. When I look back at the Donoghs channel, our family vlog channel, I never had a real idea. I just wanted to make stuff, basically. And I never had a real idea of who it is that I'm making the things for. And both Shane and I were creating. And Shane's audience is so different from mine. So one of the top videos for us still is him making trails. Well, that's completely different from the audience that I was gathering, because I was doing a lot of videos on reducing our waste and eating more of a plant-based diet. And it was just kind of funny. We had such a variety of people watching our videos. So I have an idea who I want to create for. I'm not going to actually go out and be like, this is the person that can watch my video. I just wanted to have a picture of who it is that might be watching, and how I can better serve that person and make it more entertaining for them. Having a 20-second YouTube channel pitch, I think, is important. I don't know where I got this idea, because I took this from a past Trello board that I've had, a lot of these things. But the 20-second YouTube channel pitch was something I wrote out a few different times, and I actually timed myself saying it because I want to include it in the video, whether it's at the beginning or it's varied once every few days or so, but I think that would be a good idea. And so working on your 20-second YouTube channel pitch, why would somebody watch this channel? Why would somebody subscribe? What's the value that you're providing to the YouTube viewer? I do think that's important as a viewer. We talked about motivations already. The vision for Vlogmas, I was really specific about this. I want to have one video a day for 30 days beginning December 1st. I want to improve my skills in speaking, storytelling, and editing. I say a lot. I take really deep breaths, and when I edit, it drives me crazy. When I watched other like speakers where it's unedited, they breathe out of their nose. I tend to speak fairly quickly, and I don't know. I just feel like that cadence needs to improve. Also, a YouTube cadence. I don't know if you've experienced this, but when I watch or listen to, especially when I listen to, because I go on walks and I have YouTube Premium, so I can download a lot of the YouTube videos that I want to catch up on. See, I just did it. The voice inflection at the end of the sentences, that is like the most common thing between YouTubers. And I think it's because the more we listen to it, the more attuned we are to that cadence, and we match it in creating our own videos. So I need to work on that. So those are things that I want to work on because I do want to be a better storyteller. I want to be able to communicate what it is that I'm thinking. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of things that I like to talk about, and I want to make sure that I am able to communicate it in a way that's effective. I also am going to, my vision for Vlogmas is going to be in measuring my results in watch hours and subscribers. That's something that YouTube measures and has a special little page, which I think is interesting because in my experience over the last week in graphing my YouTube watch hours and subscribers, I use that special watch hour monetization page. And that watch hour, it says for the last 12 months, if I do 365 days in my analytics, my watch hours are different there than it is on that special page. So I'm not sure which page I'm supposed to be looking at because it is a huge variable. It's like one is 160 watch hours, and when I do it through the analytics 365-day view, that one is 205. It's kind of in terms of 4,000 watch hours, it really doesn't matter that much. But to me, when I'm graphing, I want to know which one is right. And I kind of want to pick the one with more hours. But anyway, so I'm going to measure it in that way. And while monetization is not my main motivation in doing Vlogmas, I think those two variables are important, because it's saying that you're putting out good stuff. Because I can put out a video every day and that's not a problem at all. Just record yourself for 2 minutes. You can even use it on your phone and go live and then check, I did it. But it's like why is the Oscars around? It's because you want to put out quality things and just be able to check it. Well, we don't have an Oscars that I could participate in. I can participate in the idea that if people are watching my video, then it must be something that is quality. So those are the three vision or what it is that I'm going to be paying attention to in Vlogmas. And I could probably be more specific about that. In fact, I did when I said, what do I hope to achieve with my Vlogmas? I listed out my monetization streams just so I can have like in the back of my mind, because if I'm putting time into this, why not make money at the same time and see how I can weave that into the content, and if I want to at all. But what do I hope to achieve with Vlogmas? I did get specific on that vision where I'm able to say this is the benchmark. If I completed my goal, this is what it should look like. I want to be a quarter way to monetization. So 250 subscribers and 1,000 watch hours. That's gaining 53 subscribers and 837 watch hours. That's 28 hours per video, or 1,680 minutes, or about 336 views per video if 5 minutes watch time is my average. So that's just going off of past statistics within my channel that I think is achievable. But at the same time, my past statistics mean nothing because I haven't put out enough output and enough people watching. I don't have the data there where you could be like, this is in fact going to happen. But that's a good goal, I feel like. I feel like adding 53 subscribers is definitely a stretch for me. but it's also something that I think will keep me motivated to keep going. And then lastly, what you could do, and I hope all of this, I'm speaking a lot personally because I'm just kind of rambling, but I hope that you can apply this to your Vlogmas or your daily videos whenever it is that you're watching this. And then I went through and I used VidIQ for the last month. I really liked it. I like that company a lot. They actually featured my channel for doing their they do these channel audits, and it was awesome to see it from a perspective of 3 men. It was just kind of fun. I was like, oh my gosh, they're totally right. So that was really cool. And then I do like the tools. I mean, I have no complaints. But I do feel like I should try out TubeBuddy just to understand what the competition is. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you use VidIQ, TubeBuddy? Do you not use a software? I really like being able to see what it is people actually search for and how they search for it on YouTube, like what words they use. Because I found out over the last few months that assumptions, I mean, people think differently. Crazy. What search phrases that I'm interested in? So what I did is I created a Google document or a Google spreadsheet, and I'll show it to you here in this video. I created a Google spreadsheet, and I went through and figured out each sheet has my interests or things I want to learn or things I want to share about. And then I went through and figured out some anything that was above like 50 on their VidIQ score. I listed their search volume, VidIQ score, and maybe one. I think those are the only 2 things actually. And so I can actually order what it is that has a higher score and prioritize creating content around that item. And then I created a master list of all the things above 60. And that I included on this card here. I just copied and pasted that information onto the card, and I can kind of create around that. And because I'm such a newer channel, I don't really have a direction. I can kind of play with what it is that I want to talk about and see what the response is from people. Of course, Vlogmas is still in this nice little package of waking up at 5 a.m. every morning and creating a video every day. That's my major definite purpose. And then as far as filling in the box, I can kind of play with that. So moving on, my channels to contact, I really do. I'm a small channel that nobody's going to care about. But in my experience, I've been able to reach out to people that I like. Even if they have big followers on Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. I don't know what it is or how it happens. They're not necessarily huge Instagrammers or anything like that, but I'm still able to connect with them in person. And I've had really good luck with that in the past. I don't know what it is that I have done. So who knows if this will be different, but I do want to reach out to some YouTubers and try and just be able to chat with them a little bit more and make a point of doing that because it is fun. That's something that I would have in common and just apart from kids. Oh, did you hear the voice inflection again? It's annoying. So my getting ready checklist is more of a space to gather all the things. And so that's where I'm putting all of my about copy, anything that I can copy and paste into my daily uploads to make it easier. I'm putting my end slate in there. Any kind of graphics is all going to be attached to that card. It's also in my external hard drive and an actual folder too. So I've written out my about blurb about 1 million times. Do I really think that the about blurb matters? Have I ever read someone's about blurb? No, not really. But I do feel like it was important for me to kind of streamline and figure out what is the messaging that I'm putting out as far as the channel goes. And again, wrapping it up into a nice package. My tagline I figured out is 30 days, 30 videos for building momentum on our goals. That's for the channel. And that's, again, something I'm just playing with. I don't know if that's actually what I'm going to go through. And then I can incorporate that somehow into my video messaging. And then a 2-second pitch or 2-sentence pitch. Super similar to the 20-second YouTube channel pitch. But this, again, I have one for my December focus and then another one for the channel focus. And again, it just kind of streamlines everything. And then I put a checklist of all the things that I need to prepare for to get ready for Vlogmas. My first video is going out on December 1st, and then from there it's going to be a daily video. And so I need to just need to get it going so that I'm prepared. And each day, one of my goals is to limit the amount of time I spend on it. So I have to be really smart about what shots I'm getting, what content I'm creating on. This video is a huge mess in the fact that I'm probably going to have to cut it down. Maybe I won't. It's getting really long. But that's something I need to keep in the back of my mind is like, how can I streamline it? How can I make it as easy as possible? Because I still have to homeschool, I have to work, I have to do like Christmas holiday things, and I'm waking up at 5 a.m. I just have to be smart about this. And I need to make it quality. I'm starting to get stressed. So I wrote down a list. I want to create a list of people to collaborate with. We just went over that. Updating my blog. I have a blog outside of YouTube that I've never done anything with. I put one post up and kind of left it at that. So I think it would be interesting to retool that so it's a focus around videos. I watched a few videos that reminded me that YouTube video shows up in Google search, and then also Pinterest. That was another one that I kind of, especially when I've been looking at it through for Christmas ideas. I don't use Pinterest that often, and that was one of the social media accounts that I didn't get rid of because I didn't really use it and didn't think about it that much. But it's a search engine that is image-based, and I've seen a few videos since then that talk about how to utilize Pinterest for promoting your videos. Since I don't have Instagram or Facebook, those outlets are gone as far as external links and Twitter. But even when I had those three things, as far as getting someone to click out of Instagram to go watch your YouTube video, I didn't see that as beneficial on my past videos. Creating streamlined graphics for this nice little bow present is something that I've wanted to do, and making that match in the blog post. I don't know how important a blog is going to be in this adventure, so I'm going to make that less of a priority. Finding publications outside of YouTube that I can contribute to. Again, like, I'm not sure, that seems like another little piece of a pie that I don't necessarily need to eat. Same thing for podcasters, doing outside. So basically collaborating with people on external platforms so I could get that external link in without having to do so on my own. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it. Collaborating with other YouTube channels, that type of thing, that would be beneficial. Writing out a work schedule. Oh my gosh, this is so important. Because when I did my Sunny Lenarduzzi week, where I planned out my week like her, I have a video I'll link below too. I realized how little time I have during the day, because I should be focusing during the day on the kids and on homeschooling. And then I have some work stuff. I have a lot of like housekeeping type things, homemaking. And then you have just this small amount of time to get done those extra things. You have to be so smart about it. So creating a schedule for when it is that I'm going to be working is really nice. Or it's a cute idea. Going through past footage and organizing clips is also nice. Going through and picking out music ahead of time, picking out any B-roll or creating B-roll ahead of time is also really nice, whether it's in environmental type B-rolls or if it's in more of like a teaching type B-roll. That would be kind of nice to pull from. And then creating a Vlogmas station, that would be really nice. I kind of have something small. It's in my little, like, we have a California closet so that it, I don't know, I've created kind of like a mini video station there where all of my batteries and things are stored. Creating a new channel profile picture, new channel cover, changing my about description. These are things that I've done, changing my channel keywords. I don't know, again, I don't know how much any of that is important, but again, I just like to have everything cohesive and like nicely organized. Resetting my passwords is something I want to do. By the time this comes out, my password will be reset. Doing an end slate, I did that. A video bumper, I don't know if I'll do that. And then creating a channel trailer. My first video is going to be the channel trailer. So I hope some of this was important to you. So for the next, or even beneficial, I shouldn't say important. I hope it will help you in some way. So for the next, starting December 1st, I'm going to be putting out one video every day. And it's going to be on this channel or on my family vlog channel. I should say that. I might create like a little video that comes up and says, hey, go look at this video over there. Because I have some videos that I've been sitting on for a really long time that the kids have been repeatedly asking me to have because they love being able to look back at those memories. And it would be nice to kind of get those done. I don't know, maybe I'll make 2. That would be stupid. But anyway, subscribe, like this video, comment below on YouTube software, like helpful little things as far as VidIQ goes and YouTube Buddy and TubeBuddy. And if you're doing Vlogmas, if you've done it in the past and what your advice is for me, and all that fun stuff. So I'll see you on December 1st.